Hey guys, this is Joe, and I'm joined by Bryan this week on that hashtag Newsfeed.
Hey.
He's filling in for Jessica, and we have a different look, but there's a reason for it. It's because we were both at Blizzcon 2016, and we're going to be bringing you all the news. Bryan, first of all, I want to ask you, how did you like BlizzCon 2016?
It was cool. It was awesome. I got to go to BlizzCon last year, and just similar to Power Morphin Con, it's the people that are there that are just genuinely big fans of the franchises, and you can feel that camaraderie, that connection. You can just make friends with anyone, and it's awesome. It's good times.
I agree. It was a lot of fun, but let's get to the news. First up is the anniversary convention was BlizzCon 2016, but why was it the anniversary convention?
It was the 25th anniversary of Blizzard Entertainment, the 20th anniversary of Diablo, and the 10th anniversary of BlizzCon.
That's amazing. With all those anniversaries kind of randomly enough, just kind of converging, did you notice, because you said you were at BlizzCon last year, did you notice a substantial difference for celebrating these anniversaries?
Yeah. I mean, there was an announcement with Diablo we'll get to. They improved. It's always better, it seems like, and they really take care of the attendees, the press, to everyone. They added another floor. There was a third floor this time, and they moved the Darkmoon Fair. For those who don't know, is an event once a year in World of Warcraft, and they recreated that and created a cool little fair area with pin trading and adopt-a-pet plushies. And a Hearthstone Tavern, and that was on the third floor.
That was actually my favorite part of the convention, was the Hearthstone Tavern. That was cool. Not just because of the alcohol, but honestly, this is a thing where I went in. I don't play the game, but I wanted to get into it. But the people are set up, and you log into the Wi-Fi, and you can play against people in the room, and everybody's so cool that it's like, oh man, this is awesome.
It was really cool. You walked in, and you really felt like you were in a Hearthstone Tavern, because they constantly had the Hearthstone music playing, and they even had a live band playing the music exactly as it sounds in the game with the string instruments, and it really felt like you were in the world.
It was so cool.
Really cool.
All right, next story. One of the biggest stories coming out of BlizzCon 2016 was during the opening ceremony, and it was Overwatch. We have the reveal of a new character, Sombra. Now,
we didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah. Prior to this, there were some leaks that happened. But Bryan, fill us in on who Sombra is and what she's all about.
She's a new offensive hero in Overwatch. There was a leak about 4 months ago, so everyone kind of knew about it, but Blizzard didn't acknowledge it or say anything for all the way until BlizzCon. So people were kind of almost frustrated, if not excited, to finally hear about Sombra. In the opening ceremony, they did a really good job of making us feel like there was a technical malfunction. Lights were messing up, audio was going left and right, the screens were going whack, and it was Sombra hacking us. And that introduced us to the cool CGI intro of her.
Interesting story about this, actually, is I actually was talking to the community manager from Overwatch for Blizzard, and I said it's really cool that we had this kind of stuff happening with Sombra, but I have a question for you. Were these leaks kind of intentional? Was it kind of like a hacking thing?
More of like a hacking thing.
Yeah, what they said, that these leaks were kind of like put out there to go along with the character, which I thought was cool. It was an intentional leak, which kind of happened with Sombra. But how amazing was that? The crowd reaction for that was
they were
intense.
Blowing up. People left and right, and we were blowing my eardrums out. They were just so excited, and I was excited.
Are you a little surprised, though, that Overwatch has such the following it does for being the newest Blizzard game?
Yes and no. I mean, it is surprising that I think it has more of a mainstream appeal than their previous IPs, which are more fantasy-based or more sci-fi. And Overwatch is an FPS, something everyone's comfortable with. It's team play, multiplayer. You play with your friends, and that makes it more addicting and fun. And yeah, they just created a great formula, and it works.
Who's your Overwatch character of choice?
Me? Genji.
Yeah, Genji's mine too. I like Genji. But that's not the only Overwatch news we had. Fill us in on what has happened.
There were some more updates. There is a new mode that will be coming out, which will allow you to have 1v1 and 3v3 battles. They've also announced...
1v1, really?
Yeah. So it's like, no, I'm a better Sombra player. No, you are. And then there's a way to test it out for everyone to see. Cool. They also announced the Overwatch League, which... I thought it had a really cool logo with Tracer there, kind of like an MLB thing. People were really excited about that, and they alluded to Blizzard's care and plans to really try to make esports happen. It's the Wild West right now, players being paid, coaches, all of this, and Blizzard has hinted that they're going to make an effort to make this work, that players can sign up and try to be a pro player, to audition to be in the Overwatch League and get paid to play.
Well, why not? I mean, I think at this point now, with where we are with geekdom and technology and everything else, it obviously has an audience. So these esports gamers should be treated as such. They're I guess e-athletes. I guess.
Yeah.
But any more Overwatch news, or is that pretty much capping it?
That's pretty much the big stuff.
All right. Next story. So, Bryan, not only did we go to the Hearthstone Tavern, but we got some big Hearthstone news. Now, for those people out there that are unfamiliar with what Hearthstone is, give them a quick rundown. If you like what you would like Hearthstone.
Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, any Pokemon trading card games. If you like trading card games, you'll love Hearthstone.
Okay, now
you can get it for free on mobile devices and play on PC. It's very easy to learn. It's a really
I actually just downloaded it, but we have some big news for the game, and that is
Mean Streets of Gadgetzan. It's a new expansion that will be coming out in early December, and it introduces a new card type called Tri-Class cards. These are cards that can be used by 3 different classes, and the way they fit this into the story is Gadgetzan, post Cataclysm in World of Warcraft. Cataclysm was an event that shook up the world and changed cities. Things broke apart, and Gadgetzan, which was this sleepy desert town, became a port city, and entrepreneurs started coming in, good and bad, and now it's run by 3 major, organized crime organizations like gangs, and within that is Tri-Class cards, because each one is affiliated with different classes. For example, just to share one, the Cabal, it is made up of mages, priests, and warlocks who've been kicked out of other guilds, and they've gone there and they've created their own gang.
That's really interesting.
These Tri-Class cards, for example, the Cabal's one will be usable by all 3 of those heroes. Classes.
So that's the big exclusive kind of new thing to this, is that this is the one card that can be used by all 3 of the different classes.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is set to release when?
Early December.
Early December. Check it out. You're going to get an expansion pack of Hearthstone and that new special card, which is gonna do a lot of damage.
It's gonna change things up. It's gonna make things interesting.
It will. I mean, obviously, deck drawing is still a big deal here, but we're gonna find out in December how this is all gonna play out.
Oh yeah.
One of Blizzard's long-lasting games is Diablo, and we are celebrating the 20th anniversary.
Their token mature game.
It's
the only one with blood.
And there was a lot of news coming out of Diablo.
Yeah.
And Bryan, what was that news?
Well, the big thing in celebration of the anniversary is they are remaking Diablo 1.
Right.
Within Diablo 3.
That's crazy.
And
it's like Inception.
They even joked about it will have filters, like pixelated filters or something, to bring back that nostalgic feel.
Are they really?
People are saying it's true, and I'm like, why? Like, I don't know. But either way, I'm excited that they're remaking Diablo 1. It's going to be under the cathedral. You'll be fighting all 16 floors, the 4 bosses that were there before, including Big Red Diablo. Yeah.
And there's also a new class.
Yeah, a new class. People speculated on this for a long time, and they finally confirmed it. Necromancers. You can be a necromancer.
Now, on the floor, I was there, and I talked to a few Diablo fans. They were really excited about this necromancer class.
It looks cool.
With that being said, though, I know that not everybody was happy.
Yeah, no. Some people are upset at the fact that this isn't a free update. You're gonna have to pay for it, and it's gonna come with other things like an in-game pet and portrait, all that jazz. Sometime next year, but yeah, we don't know how much or what. So maybe the price will be reasonable, and people are like, oh, that's worth it.
You, as everything that you know right now, is this expansion? Is it worth it? I mean, you obviously don't know what else is coming with it, but just to put a price point for this class, is it worth it?
I think I'm gonna have to see how much it is and a little bit more of the necromancer as time goes on and they reveal more. But I'm definitely looking forward to the Diablo 1 remake that they're putting into the game.
Did Blizzard, I should say, live up to their expectation in delivering a big announcement for the 20th anniversary of the franchise that we know as Diablo?
Yeah, the whole Diablo 1 remaster within the game thing was, no one expected that. It just came out of nowhere.
That's awesome.
People were hoping and maybe even speculating that they would just remaster it as its own title that you have to buy, or DLC, or just an upgraded version. But no, it's going to go into Diablo 3.
How was the crowd reaction when they heard that?
Oh, they were screaming. Yeah. They were like, "Whoa, yeah!" The cool thing. Also, what they gave for people who attended BlizzCon, they really, as I was saying, they take care of those who made the way to come there. If you got to play the demo, they gave you a cool 20th anniversary coin,
which you can only get there.
Yeah, you can only get there.
And people came from around the world, so that's awesome. Blizzard did a great job. But let's move on to the next thing. World of Warcraft is one of the biggest Blizzard games, and at BlizzCon, you're going to expect a World of Warcraft announcement. The one announcement I got from World of Warcraft was that you're a Horde.
Yes! For the Horde! Blood and Thunder! What about you?
I'm Horde. For the Horde. Blood and Thunder.
Good choice. You better be.
I think Kelly's Alliance, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Yeah, right? So, some of the news coming out for World of Warcraft was what? We have some new raids going on?
Yeah.
Some old raids going on,
They're always making new, cool content. There's like a holiday themed things, like the Dark Moon Fair.
Blizzard's really good with that stuff, the holiday themes, too.
Updating content, being able to return to Karazhan, which was an old raid, which was really fun. I really enjoyed that, but it's not relevant now. It's too low level, and they're gonna bring that up to level, literally. And then also the artifact skins. Last year's BlizzCon, they announced the artifact weapons, and they showed all the cool skins that you can get with it, but we haven't seen any yet. Now we're finally gonna get those. What else? Oh, another new raid called the Tomb of Sargera. Correct me in the comments, please.
Well, they're See, here's the thing: it's written, so they're not really gonna be able to.
Oh yeah.
I guess they can phonetically kind of do a thing.
Yeah. Spell it out. The Broken Shore. We're going back to the Broken Shore, and that's where the Tomb of Sargera raid will be. And after that, they kept hinting about the future of Warcraft.
What do you mean hinting at the future? Like in a good way or bad way?
In a good way. Like they were kind of like, okay, so we went to, we went up to the cold area. We went over to this area. We have a new island. Cataclysm happened, changed everything else. But there's like, where do we have to go left? They kept saying like, where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? And then eventually they're like, well, we keep fighting off the Burning Legion. Why not take it back to their home, which is the planet Argus?
Oh, the planet Argus.
And then that was it. It was like, so maybe at a future BlizzCon we'll hear more about some major expansion.
So this is crazy because now, we're getting pretty much little Easter eggs here and there. Not even Easter eggs, just announcements that are teasing you for the future.
Yeah.
Now, in your opinion, where do you think the future of Warcraft is going based on what you heard at BlizzCon? Put you on the spot there, Bryan.
I think it still has quite a bit of life in it. It's still going in the right direction.
It's one of the most popular. It's one of the most popular games, just period.
Blizzard does a good job of staying in tune with their player base and hearing the feedback and really trying to figure out where the game could go and what would be fun. And their Blizzard employees, we all know, are hardcore gamers too. And they made BlizzCon. For us, and we're there, and they're there to talk with us, and they're easy to approach, and they're gonna make it the best of the way they can. And I'm excited to see what really happens at Argus. Like, how are we gonna get there? Is it gonna be a portal? Are they gonna go to Gadgetzin and make a rocket ship?
You're tying it all together with the Hearthstone and the World of Warcraft. But
and that's cool about BlizzCon is they tie all their stuff together.
Yeah.
Overwatch players are in the Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
And Hearthstone. Well, not Hearthstone, but like different games, they do share.
Awesome. Up next, Overwatch character Diva's favorite game is Starcraft, so I know that we got some Starcraft news. What do we got?
Starcraft. We got some more co-op stuff. They'll be finishing up the co-op, the Nova co-op missions, and a new co-op commander, Alexei Stukov. Yeah, he is actually infected Marine, or Terran, so to say, and he looked pretty cool. It's cool that they're bringing that element into the game. He can infect Protoss and Terran bases and units, and it looked pretty cool. But
now, was it me, or is StarCraft dying out a little bit, mainly because there wasn't a lot of people at the panel?
Yeah, there wasn't. I think that was just because there was actually StarCraft matches going on. So that was more important to the StarCraft fans is seeing the actual matches.
It makes sense. Yeah. Do you now, leading into our next story? Do you think Alexei Stukov is going to be in Heroes of the Storm at all?
I think there's a really good chance he'll be in it because he's like the only, I guess, infected hero with a name that's like in the game.
Interesting.
Because infected Marines, it's just an infected Marine, but he's an actual hero that, I think I could see him coming out. But they did announce some new heroes that will be coming out.
Interesting.
Which is pretty cool. The High King of the Alliance, Varian. That's going to be the first multi-class hero in Heroes of the Storm.
Now, explain to me exactly what you mean by multi-class hero.
As you level up, you can choose different talents, which boost different abilities and add different abilities. And through that, you can choose kind of if you wanted to be a tank for your team or if you wanted to be a damage dealer for your team. And that in that way, yeah, that's how it is. They've experimented with this with the monk character that they had before, and it didn't really quite work out. People say, but
what do you say?
Yeah, I agree. It didn't really come off as a multi-class hero. It was like, yeah, you have multi-talent tree paths, so to say, you can go, but with Varian, they really showed that visually and playstyle wise, it's really different. The choices.
Interesting. So, Heroes of the Storm, we got a little bit of news, not a ton.
Yeah. Oh, actually, another hero too.
Oh.
Ragnaros.
Now, who's that?
He is an epic raid boss from World of Warcraft, and they really wanted to try to recreate the raid boss feeling. So, in a way, they're like, well, when Ragnaros comes, it's a big deal. In the game, you had to look up,
right,
to see his whole body
because he's massive.
He's massive, and so they're like, well, he's gonna be massive in our game, of course. So maybe you'll be playing as Major Domo. And then he'll summon him as the ultimate game. But they're like, that doesn't work.
Were people impressed with what they heard from Heroes of the Storm?
They were. The panel had a lot more people than I was expecting, and they were really excited about these new updates. It looked pretty cool. Like Ragnaros, for example, he has an ability. Hero mode. He kind of has a tornado-looking body that's on fire, and he has these ways of burning his insects. He calls us insects when he's destroying you, and. But he has a special ability where he can take over a fort or a keep, and it's just like boss mode. He becomes big, and he has a different set of abilities, and everyone's going to be running away, and that's pretty cool.
So this is going to be a character to watch out for. Do we get any more heroes?
No, just those two heroes, but there is a new map, Blackheart's something, which I forgot. But it's part of the new mode that they have, the Brawl mode. It's the first asymmetrical.
Brawl mode?
Brawl.
Oh, Brawl. Okay.
Yeah, and it's the first map that's kind of asymmetrical.
Really?
It's not like even. Oh, we're trying to do the same thing. One side's defense, one's attack, and that's gonna be interesting.
Now, with going forward, I know Heroes of the Storm is picking up a lot in esports as well. Are people? They're pretty receptive to all the announcements they heard.
Yeah.
Did it live up to expectation? Heroes of the Storm.
I think so. Yeah, I think it did. They announced quite a bit of content for it. 2 new heroes. It's a big deal. And they're cool. They're very unique heroes.
And there's tons of BlizzCon news that we have. Bryan was here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Telling us all the Blizzard news that we have going to look forward to for the next year.
I'm glad you're part of the Horde.
I am a part of the Horde.
Yeah.
not in those pesky Alliance.
Yeah, you do good.
I'm not drinking ale in those pesky Alliance keeps. You know what I mean?
Nope, we'll be in Gadgetson.
Taverns.
In the mean streets of Gadgetson.
Well, that's going to do it. That was our quick wrap-up. I don't want to say quick, but it's our wrap-up of BlizzCon 2016. It was my first BlizzCon. I thought it was amazing. I thought Blizzard really took care of us, and it takes care of their fans in general.
Oh, so great.
Converted me into a huge Overwatch fan now, and I'm a big fan of Hearthstone. I know if I start playing WoW, I'm going to get down the rabbit hole. You'll never see me ever again doing another newsfeed. But
any Blizzard game you give a chance, you're probably gonna enjoy. I look forward to playing with you.
Yeah, definitely. I think this was your second BlizzCon. How did you feel compared to the last?
I felt like it was cool. It was still BlizzCon. It was awesome. There wasn't any major announcements, like a new game. I mean, they can't have a new game every year. But last year was Overwatch, and then, the World of Warcraft movie trailer. That's pretty cool. Pretty new stuff. Other than it was cool. It was the 10th year anniversary.
10th year anniversary. Well, that's going to do it here for that #newsfeed. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture.